Hi, welcome to Forex in 4. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started.
Good morning. Today is Monday, March 28th, 2011. This morning I'm talking about collision course, and I'm talking about the course that the global economy is on right now. There's a lot of different things going on around the globe that are affecting the health of the global economy, and I just want to touch base on some of them. There's not a lot of news coming out this morning, specific data that we want to look at that's going to tell us about the health of any particular economy, but what we do have is we have global risk themes continuing, and it's sort of shaping the way the day is turning out. So, we all know about the nuclear crisis in Japan. Well, that's continuing there, still not under control. There's some concern now because they still are having these aftershocks, which are still, sizable earthquakes, that the situation there is not contained, it's not controlled, and that perhaps, we haven't seen the worst of this nuclear crisis there. So, people are hopeful about that. We also have the situation in Libya. Essentially, it's a civil war. President Obama is going to come out and speak tonight about it. We've been engaged with them for the last 10 days, but apparently nobody knows what's going on, who we're supporting, what we're doing over there. So that's going to be interesting, to say the least. There's these competing geopolitical forces taking place that we can't control. Then you also have another situation going on in Europe. We talk about European debt crisis resurfacing. We talked about Portugal last week rejecting austerity measures. Well, now Ireland's coming out and saying, hey, they want senior bondholders to share in the losses here and to take a haircut as a way of trying to negotiate themselves a better deal from the EU. Right now, interest rates are unsustainable, and they're not going to be able to repay this debt at the interest they're being charged. And there's like this infighting going on in the EU right now over how these countries are going to be bailed out, and Ireland's saying, hey, if senior bondholders, we want them to take a haircut if you don't give us a better deal. Well, if that happens, then we're likely going to get contagion to the rest of the Eurozone, because now that's going to push yields up on Portugal, push them up on Spain. Okay, and they haven't sought bailouts yet, but pushing those yields higher could make their refinancing unsustainable as well. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that situation. There's not a lot of economic news or data coming out this morning. We've got actually, we have just the news coming from the U.S. We have personal consumption numbers and income, as well as pending home sales. We have some Fed manufacturing index. All right, but tomorrow is going to be more of a busy day. We've got German CPI data coming out, which is going to show us where the EU is as far as inflation goes. We also have UK GDP coming out. That's going to be important as well. See how they're doing. See if they're contracting. We've got U.S. consumer confidence. What else? Wednesday is kind of a slow day, nothing exciting. Thursday we start with the employment reports. We've got German unemployment change, all right, and we have Canadian gross domestic product. But as we know, Friday is the big day for currency followers, and that's non-farm payrolls. All right, non-farm payrolls are going to show how many jobs are being created here in the U.S., which is important to see. How the economy is recovering. So we're expecting, looks like about 190,000 jobs added. They're expecting the unemployment rate to stay steady at 8.9%, so we're going to have to see how that goes. But right now it looks like today's sort of a risk day, although it looks like some of the riskier assets coming back here. We've got Aussie higher versus USD. We can just take a quick peek at that. All right, you can see that it's sold off from earlier this morning, all right, and sitting around, so they're still higher. We actually have the Kiwi lower already, so it didn't get quite the gains that we have, but we've got Euro coming back to just about flat to higher. Pounds a little bit lower versus the dollar. All right, dollar's lower versus the loonie, despite lower oil prices this morning. So really uncertain what's going on today. And when you see days like this, it's just kind of a hodgepodge early in the morning, because it's going to be interesting to see if these correlations come back into line later in the day, and if this one pulls back and this one goes down, and so on and so forth. So, right now I would say that global risk is the major story of the moment, and how the day ends up is frankly anyone's guess at this point. So that's what I've got for this morning, folks. Keep an eye on these different risk events coming from around the globe, because that could change these markets in a heartbeat. So good trading to all.
As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.